Today, we're cracking a code that's been hiding in plain sight, right inside the English language. We're diving into the very strange case of two letters that have, well, a split personality, C and G.
You know, it's been said that these letters are kind of like diplomats. Sometimes they speak with a really strong voice, and other times they're super soft, and it all depends on who they're standing next to. It's this idea that letters can have like a social life that we're going to dig into.
So that's the big mystery, right? Why do they actually change their voice? What makes the letter C sound like a K in cat, but like an S in scent? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple, and it's all about the company they keep. Let's start by looking at their two very different voices.
Okay, so let's meet our two main characters, C and G. They look pretty straightforward, don't they? But they are absolute masters of disguise, and each one has two totally distinct sounds.
The best way to think of them is as linguistic chameleons. Each one has what we call a hard sound and a soft sound. And the real key to understanding them is just knowing what triggers that change.
First up, let's crack the code for their hard sound. This is their strong, their firm voice, and the rule for it is actually super simple.
Okay, so here's the deal. When a C or a G is followed by one of three specific vowels, A, O, or U, it makes its hard sound. That's it. Those three vowels are the trigger.
And you hear this all the time in everyday words. The C in cat, corn, and cup makes that hard K sound. And the G in gate, goat, and gum gives you that solid G sound. See? Simple, right?
And hey, if you want a fantastic way to remember this, here it is. Just think of the vowels A, O, and U as the strong crew. When they show up, they basically force C and G to use their strong, hard voices. Remember the strong crew, and you'll nail the hard sound every single time.
All right, so we've got the hard sound down. Now let's uncover the secret to their other personality, that soft sound.
The secret, it turns out, is just another set of vowels. When C or G is followed by an E, an I, or a Y, their sound just completely transforms. It becomes soft. And again, you see it everywhere. The C in city, rice, and cycle all of a sudden makes an S sound. And the G in giant, gym, and giraffe makes a J sound, just like the letter J. It is a total transformation.
And yep, you guessed it, we've got another great way to lock this in. Meet the shy crew, E, I, and Y. Just like the name says, when C and G meet these vowels, they kind of soften their voice and speak a lot more gently. And this is where it all just clicks. Look at this side by side. On the left, you've got the strong crew, A, O, and U, and they're demanding those hard sounds. And on the right, you've got the shy crew, E, I, and Y, causing the soft sounds. It's all about which vowel comes next. Seriously, that's the entire code.
So you might be wondering why. Why does English even have this complicated, two-faced system? Well, it wasn't born this way. The answer is actually hidden in its history. It's a tale of two languages. So it all started way back with Latin, where C and G pretty much always had their hard sounds. But as language evolved into French, scribes started to soften those sounds before vowels like E and I, mostly to make the words flow better when you said them. In English, well, being the multicultural melting pot that it is, just inherited this split rule directly from French.
Now, of course, like any good story, this one's got a plot twist. Not every single word plays by the rules. So let's take a quick look at the unruly exceptions.
Okay, so take words like get, give, and girl. Technically, they should have a soft G, right? But they don't. And the reason is they come from older Germanic roots, which didn't follow the French rule. Same goes for a word like cello, which we borrowed from Italian. So these exceptions aren't random at all. They just have different passports.
So we've gone through the rules, the history, the exceptions, but what's the big deal? Why does this code actually matter? Well, it's not just a fun little trivia fact. It's about unlocking a whole new level of reading and understanding.
Honestly, mastering this one simple pattern unlocks a ton of advanced vocabulary. Think about words like science, gesture, justify, genius, century. They all follow the soft sound rule. If you don't know the code, you might stumble over them. But with it, you can pronounce and understand these really crucial words instantly.
So you see, this isn't just some quirky spelling rule. It's a master key. It unlocks higher-level reading in pretty much every subject, from science and tech to history and literature. It's truly one of the fundamental building blocks of reading well.
And this is just a brilliant way to sum it all up. Language isn't just static marks on a page, it's social. And just like people, letters change their tone depending on the company they keep. It's a perfect reminder that language is this living, breathing thing.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. We've cracked the code of C and G, which is awesome, but it really makes you wonder, what other secret patterns and hidden histories are just waiting to be discovered in the words we use every single day?